Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to our very first meditation with the moon for 2023. I am so excited for today's meditation with the moon. So if you've been with me for a minute, you see I'm in a different studio. I'm in a different studio to try to make sure we don't get disturbed. So get comfortable and please have something to write with and something to write on. Okay, so you have a paper or a journal handy because we do a full spiritual practice. But before I go there, let me introduce myself. I am Rev Melissa. I am an ordained interfaith minister, a religious science practitioner, a spiritual life coach, and I am the spiritual director of Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living here in New York. And all of this is my ministry of joy, where I support people in living life in joy, connected to their yes. Connected to their yes. So if you need support, if you've been looking for a spiritual life coach, and voila, here I am. Here I am. So all you need to do is just send me a DM through my social media and we could set up some time to talk. So this is our special edition of SIP. I do morning sip with Red Melissa Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, right where you're watching me now. But once a month with the full moon, we do our meditation with the moon. So I am excited, all so excited about tonight's meditation with the moon. So this is the way the evening is going to go. First, I'm going to see who is here with me. Sekou, yes, coming in early. This time I ignored you, Sekou. Johanna Ray, it's good to see you, love. Happy full moon to you. Wayne, howdy. I hope you're doing well. Good evening, Tim. It's good to see you. Hey, Julian, it's wonderful to see you. Linda from the mountains valley of Colorado, it's wonderful to see you. Good evening, Nan. Oh, yes, that moon is fabulous. If you haven't seen it, you got to go out and see it. And good day, Simone. It's wonderful to see you. And Fee King, shout out to you too. All right, everybody. So this is how the evening goes. So it's a little longer than our my sip. So you need about more than a half hour, less than an hour, and you need paper and pen. And a willingness, a willingness to be open, a willingness to connect, a willingness to be a little uncomfortable, a willingness to listen, a willingness to listen. So we start off with some information about the moon, and then we go into our spiritual practice. And our spiritual practice is inspirational reading, inspirational journaling, meditation, and then we close with a prayer. So that's the flow for the evening. And I'll give instructions as we go throughout the evening. So one of the things I didn't factor in being in my office is heat. My office is the hottest room in the house, and Red Melissa is a little hot right now. But we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. All right. So this is the full moon in Cancer, also known as the wolf moon. And Linda just put something in. Moon not up yet over the crest here quite yet. Okay, in Colorado, you can't see it over the mountains yet, but it's still there. It's going to be peeping at you soon. So it's also known as the wolf moon. And it's known also by other names. And Native Americans brilliantly named full moons. It's also known as the center moon, frost exploding moon, freeze up moon, the hard moon, ice moon. My favorite is the freeze up moon. I think that's my favorite, and the frost exploding moon. So obviously, it's in whatever season we're in. They're inspired by naming the moons, but we're going to call it the wolf moon. And just a fun fact, when I was doing some research on the full moon, the wolf moon, fun fact about wolves. So, we grew up believing that when the full moon comes out, the wolves are howling at the moon, but they're not. They just howl with their faces towards the sky because the howl travels. A wolf's howl can travel up to 7 miles. Amazing. Found that out tonight when I was doing my transcendental meditation. So shout out to Bob Roth for that information. Our January full moon is a micro moon. So you may be familiar with super moons, right? But this is a micro moon. And what makes it a micro moon is that it's further away from the Earth's orbit. And that's the opposite of supermoons, which appear closer to the Earth. So I found that very interesting. Full moons in general are a culmination point, right? It illuminates what has and hasn't been working for us. It really puts a cosmic spotlight on you, on your life, right? It's also a time when you might be feeling heightened emotions and you might be easily triggered. So it's really good to take a sacred pause, to take a breath before you respond, right? The moon impacts our inner world, especially our relationships, our emotional state, fertility for men and women, and connection. The full moon in Cancer, so we have a full moon in Cancer right now. The energy that is aligned with the full moon in Cancer is heightened vulnerability, emotional sensitivity, and a feeling of insecurity. It's a time to be open, to try new things, to break old habits, and to start to align yourself with innovation, the energy of innovation. It's also a time for breakthroughs and to listen for inspiration from within you and all around you. You may know that Mercury is currently in retrograde, and I've been having all kinds of technological challenges. Thank you, Mercury. But Mercury also impacts all forms of communication. So oftentimes we just think about technology or travel. It impacts all forms of communication, miscommunication. So we want to be really conscious of what we're speaking into existence. It's also a wonderful time for you to consider what's most important to you and to align your values with your long term goals. So, that is our full moon in Cancer, our wolf moon. All right. So, I hope that was good information for you to take in. Have a deeper understanding of the energy that the full moon brings and how we can use it. How we can use it. All right. So, inspirational reading. I thought this was such a perfect reading for tonight. It's a poem by John O'Donnell, John O'Donohue, and it's called For a New Beginning. And this is how it goes. So just take a breath and just listen to the words. Okay? All right. Mm. In out of the way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, This beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you were ready to emerge. For a long time, it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness growing inside you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you play with the seduction of safety and the gray promises that whispered, and the gray promises that sameness whispered. Heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent. Wondered, would you always live like this? Then the delight when your courage kindled and out you stepped onto new ground. Your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destiny is not yet clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is at one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease in risk. Soon you will be home in a new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits you. Oh, I love that. For a New Beginning by John O'Donohue, if you want to look that up. So that's our inspirational reading. And that's what's going to ground us as we go into our meditation and our inspirational journaling. So tonight we're going to kind of move in between the two, as I often do, marrying inspirational journaling with the meditation. So since we're doing our meditation with the full moon, we know that the full moon is a wonderful time for releasing, for letting go, for declaring things complete, for declaring things complete. So what we're going to focus on this evening is releasing our attachments. Releasing our attachments. This is huge for me because I've been noticing the things as I speak my word into what it is that I'm desiring for my life. What's coming up for me are the things that I am attached to. The things that I am attached to that I need to release to create space for that which I am desiring to have come through me in my life. But we have to create space for it. So we're going to do two processes. One is releasing attachments, and the other is just asking the moon for its wisdom. And I'll guide you gently through both processes. Okay? You're with me? All right. All right. So let's get comfortable. You should have your pen and paper or your journal nearby. Let me grab mine. Oh, I love my journal. Yeah, this was a gift. I love my journal. And you have a pen. So for right now, just kind of leave it to the side, the pen and the paper and the journal. And I'll prompt you when you will need to write. Okay? So be in a space where you won't be disturbed. Let people know that you're doing stuff, right? And just get comfortable. If you're sitting, if you can put your feet on the ground just to ground yourself for support. If you're laying down, just be aware of your posture as you're laying down. And just know that we are here together, going through this process together. So you can gently close your eyes or lower your gaze, whichever is comfortable for you. And just know as we go through the meditation that you are well, you are safe. And just take a breath. So let's take a breath in and let it out. Now I invite you to breathe through your nose. Inhale, hold it, and then exhale through your mouth. So take in a full inhale and exhale completely. So inhale, hold it, and release. On this next one, on the exhale, just let out a sigh. Just let the whole day just exhale through you. So let's take a deep breath in, hold it, and release. And now just gently breathe regularly, normally, as we gently go within. And as we go within, we go deeper. With each breath, we raise our vibration higher in consciousness and deeper into our soul. As we release anything that's not this moment. With each breath, each exhale, we bring ourselves more present to this right now moment. And we go deeper within. Just inviting a body check to release any tension you might be holding in your head, especially your jaw or your forehead. Release any tightness around your eyes. Relax your tongue, your neck. Just breathe in relaxation. Relax your shoulders. You might roll them back or roll them forward. Relax your arms, your hands, each finger. You might want to turn your palms up or down. And just breathe into each body part. Your back, each vertebrae. Breathe into the nooks and crannies. Down your stomach, your buttocks, around to your center, your legs, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, your feet that hold so much. Just let them rest now. Each toe. You just move into this space of beingness. And we breathe. If thoughts come, it's okay. We're not fighting thoughts. We're just letting the mind be. Not attached to it. Just letting it go like the wind, a gentle breeze. And we go deeper and higher. Deeper and higher. And as we go deeper and higher, we invite this full moon in with us. Imagine the moon with your third eye, your intuition. See its brilliance, its fullness, its illumination. Bring it to mind. The moon is here to receive. And so we support the moon by giving, by releasing what is complete, what we are ready or willing to let go of. Because sometimes we may not feel ready. And so what's called for is a willingness, just a willingness to release. So feel the moon as your heart beating, as your breath inhales and exhales. Allow yourself to be at one with this full moon in Cancer, this wolf moon. And we're just going to be in a silence for a moment. So listen to this question. This is not a thinking exercise. It's a feeling and knowingness. What attachments are you willing to release in service to your life's purpose? What attachments are you willing to release in service to your life's purpose? That could be other people's opinions, your old stories that you like to repeat, limiting beliefs, your attachment to a certain lifestyle, attachment to comfort or being comfortable, attachment to approval, attachment to the form of things, conditions, control, attachment to being right, attachments to relationships that are out of sync with your life's purpose. What attachment are you willing to release in service to your life's purpose? And just release that. Tell the moon in your mind's eye, in your consciousness, what you are willing to release, the attachment that you are willing to release. And once you've shared it with the moon, Write it on a piece of paper. And this is a piece of paper that you're going to destroy, tear up, burn up, rip up. I am willing to release my attachment to being right. Once you have it, just write it down on the piece of paper. And don't hold anything back because the moon is full, so it can hold a lot. It's ready to receive all of it. So don't hold it back for another day. And we take a breath. The moon is so grateful to receive that which you are willing to release. So grateful to receive your attachments. And so we take a breath as we contemplate the next question. What keeps me from living in the authenticity of my life's purpose? What keeps me from living in the authenticity of my life's purpose? The moon wants to know. That might take the form of limiting beliefs, patterns of thinking, or habits that keep you from living your authentic life purpose. Know that there is nothing to figure out here, that the answers are within you. We are in sync with the moon's wisdom. Just take a deep breath and see what's there. And take a breath. Deep, refreshing breath. Being in the gratitude of freeing yourself from that which kept you from living in the authenticity of your life's purpose. The moon is grateful to receive your givingness. And we take a breath. And now we get to ask the moon a question. Tapping into the wisdom of the moon, the wisdom of nature, the wisdom of cosmic consciousness. We are in sync. We are in alignment. We are knowing. And so ask the moon, why am I here? Tell me. Why am I here, full moon? I want to hear from you. You are open to receive. You are open to remember. It's all in the remembering, not in figuring out. You are not confused. You are clear. Clear as the moon is full. So listen. Another way to ask is a fill in the blank. My life's purpose is blank. Ask the moon to fill it in. When you have it, write it on a separate piece of paper, separate from the releasing attachments. And take a breath. And now you're going to tell the moon, you're going to share with the moon a courageous choice you are willing to make in 2023 in service to your life's purpose. A courageous choice. I am willing to make this courageous choice in 2023 in service to living my life alive, living my life fully. Moon, this is the courageous choice that I am making. The moon wants to hear from you. And just write it down. No judgment, no analyzing, just being. Just being in the flow of this energy. And take a breath. The last thing, what baby step, what baby action step are you willing to commit to taking now? What action are you willing to take now that is in alignment with your life's purpose, with your calling, with your divine assignment, with that which you already said yes to before you came into this physical human form? What baby step are you willing to take now? And write that down. And know that the moon fully supports this action step. And take a breath. And finally, ask the moon, is there anything else I need to know now? I am willing to hear it. I am willing to receive it. Is there anything else I need to know now? And write that down. And take a breath. And let's just give the moon some gratitude. You could say, thank you, moon, for receiving my attachments. Thank you, moon, for listening to my courageous choices. Just give a word of gratitude. If you can, you could speak it out loud. It's very powerful to hear your gratitude spoken aloud in your voice. If you're not able to, you could just speak it silently to the moon. For real, give gratitude to the moon. I just got to hit someone saying, I'm not doing that. Let's be grateful. Yes. Let's take a deep breath. You could close your eyes again if they're open. And I'm just going to close this with two quotes that I would love for you to receive as a prayer. The first one is from Howard Thurman. He said, ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And then the second one I want to share with you is from Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, tomorrow is a new day. Begin it well and serenely, and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. Again, tomorrow is a new day. Begin it well and serenely, with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. Come on now. We have released our attachments, old nonsense, and we are standing in the fullness of living life on purpose, connected to our yes, connected to our yes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you. Absolutely powerful and beautiful. I appreciate the love. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Yeah, that one gives me chills. Tomorrow is a new day. Yes, it is. Let's all come on. Let's all come on, Fee King. Yes, Tim. Yes, yes, yes. This is our life. Let's make a conscious, courageous choice to live it out loud. Yes. All right. So I'm going to close with just a couple of announcements. I would like you all to know that the work continues, and what I have coming up is the 30-Day Mental Diet by Willis Kinnear. It's a 5-week class. It starts on January 17th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. So we have more interaction with each other. If you have gone through this isn't the 30 day. If you have gone through the 30-day mental diet process before, every time you do it is different. Every single time you do it is different because you're different. Because you're different. You have grown right from the last time you've done it. So there's always something new. If you've never done it, give yourself this gift. Give yourself this gift to go through this process with a tribe of people who are about that good life, who are about that living fully life. So the 30-day mental diet, you can register now. You can find the information on my I Am Red Melissa Facebook page, and it's also on Eventbrite. So you can find it there. January 17th, first class, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Bring the book. Say yes. Say yes. Also, you can catch me Monday through Friday for Living Life in Joy, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I give you a sip, spirit, and practice, some inspiration. So please join me for that. And Sunday, Living Life in Joy at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, all where you're watching me right now. So on YouTube, on Facebook, I am Rev Melissa. Thank you all for your willingness, for showing up for yourself, for participating with the moon, for being in the vibration of gratitude, of joy, and of yes. Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings. And so it is. And so it is.